Good morning, campground and RV park owners, operators, and managers. Brian Searle here, founder and CEO of Insider Perks. Really excited to be here with you guys in this new daily one-on-one video format, trying to offer you some practical marketing tips, tricks, things that you can use to increase your revenue, increase your camper nights, and just overall be more successful. So one of the things I want to mention right off the bat is we are working on upgrading this experience, seeing a lot of success, interest in the type of content that we're putting out. So we're going to attempt to upgrade the camera, upgrade the microphone, do things a little bit better for you guys, and constantly improve that experience. So if you have suggestions, if there's something you'd like to see, different type of format, if you have ideas, feel free to let us know in the comments or send me an email to brian@insiderperks.com. Love to hear your suggestions on how we can help you guys do better or learn new things. So today we're going to talk about photography. One of those things that I think everybody knows is important. They are aware needs done, but maybe there's a I don't have the budget excuse. Maybe there's a I don't have the knowledge excuse. Maybe there's a I don't have the equipment excuse. Whatever it is, it doesn't change the fact that photography is super, very, very, very vital to the success of your business online. And if you just step back and think about business in general and put yourself in the shoes of a consumer when you're looking at other businesses, what are you looking for on the internet? You're looking for what other people think and to have some kind of an idea of what that business is like before you get there to decide whether you are going to be happy in your experience there. And there are really two ways that you can do that reliably on the internet. One is through reviews, and two is through photography or videos or 360 tours, whatever, visual content. And so for all of you who don't like reviews and say, I'm not going to mess with those, I'm not going to monitor those, I'm not going to pay attention to those, if you don't put up photography, the only thing that people have to judge and decide if they're going to come stay with you is your reviews. And so it's super critical that you figure out a way to take these pictures and get them on the internet, at the very minimum on Google and Apple Maps, Bing, social media, those kinds of places, so people can see your sites, whether you have pull-throughs or back-ends, how close they are to each other. Do you have a playground? Do you have a pool? Do you have clean bathrooms? Do you have a store? Do you have, campgrounds are very visual places. They're very different than a lawyer or a doctor's office, which you can maybe get away with not having as many photos. But when you're dealing with a hospitality business where people are potentially spending hundreds of dollars to come stay with you in such an expansive setting, over so many acres in many cases, they want to know what things are going to look like and what they can expect when they get there. And if you don't have these pictures online, there's a very good chance that they may just end up going to your competition as a result of that, and you won't ever know. So pay attention to your reviews, pay attention to your pictures. These things are very important. How do you do it? There's two ways. You either do it yourself or you hire a professional to do it. Any professional you hire, you have to realize that these are good photographers. They take time, they hone their craft. There's a lot of work that's involved in the editing when they come back, so it's not just the couple hours or the day that they're spending at your park. There's a lot of things that go into making photographs really pop, making sure that the settings are set correctly, that there's people in there, that they're smiling and positioned properly, and all those kinds of things that you don't see. You only see the end result. And so paying for something like that is absolutely worth its weight in gold if you get someone who really knows what they're doing. And there's no way that anybody who knows what they're doing should be charging you less than $1,000. And that's a rock bottom minimum for someone to come out to your park and take that kind of professional photography. Now, you might be able to find somebody at your campground, maybe a seasonal, who knows how to do this stuff really well, who would be willing to do it for you on trade. Certainly explore that option. If you do something on trade, you're not really out any money if it doesn't work out in your favor. But you have to figure out a way to do it, and if you don't want to hire a professional, if you don't have the budget, if you don't have a seasonal on your campground who can do it, then do it yourself. Pull out your smartphone, because these things have a good enough camera, certainly for Google and for Facebook and for social media in general, to take these pictures that you're taking and put them all over the internet. DSLRs and things like that are super valuable, but they aren't always required when you're trying to just capture the basic sense of what's going on around your park and disseminate it on the internet, which is going to vastly shrink down the size of that photo so it can load fast on various internet devices, mobile devices, things like that. So pull out your phone, frame the picture properly, make sure the sun is at your back, way back here, and just trace around the edge of the camera with your eyes and make sure nothing crazy is in there. And then look at and think about yourself when I take a look at this framed picture in my lens or on my screen of my camera. What am I thinking about? What is my eye drawn to? And if your eye is drawn to the pull-through site that has a nice, beautiful rig in it, then if that's what you want to take a picture of, take a picture of it. If you trace your eye around there and you notice there's a bag of trash at the end of that pull-through site that you should clean up before you take that picture, then do it. If you trace your eye around that picture and you notice that the RV is framed in the center and maybe there's a kid off to the right and he's wearing a bright yellow shirt and that's where your eye is first drawn, wait till the kid walks by or move your camera a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right. So these are very simple things. You don't have to be an award-winning photographer to take decent pictures of your campground. People really just want to see what it's like, and sometimes even professional photos can come off as fake. So take a day, don't even take a day, take an hour and walk around your campground and just snap 20 to 30 pictures of the things that you know people are calling repeatedly and asking you about. What are the insides of the cabins like? Do they have dishes in the cupboards? Do they come with sheets? Do the pull-through sites face each other, or are there buddy sites available? How close are the hookups? Are there concrete pads? Is there furniture on the patio sites? All these kinds of questions can be answered with pictures. And then all of a sudden, not only does that increase your likelihood of people coming there because they can see exactly what they want, it also dramatically lowers the volume of phone calls that you're receiving asking these questions, because people can actually see that on your website, on your Google listing, on your Facebook page, whatever it may be. So really appreciate you guys joining us for another video today. Hopefully gave you some inspiration, some tips, tricks, some motivation to go out and take pictures of your park. Obviously not the best time right now if you're anywhere north of Oklahoma. Don't want to take pictures in the winter when nobody's there and most of you are shut down. But start planning on this now. Think about it over the winter. Maybe write down a list of those 30 shots that you want to get. And then instead of spending 2 or 3 hours struggling with it, you've got your list ready to go. April 1st, sun comes out, really nice weather. First campers start to arrive. You can just walk around and snap those 30 pictures and then be done. So looking forward to seeing you guys in another video tomorrow. Until then, take care.